here with cooking with the Frysons. I recently had a friend send me a cheesecake recipe, and she wanted to know if I thought her cheesecake could be done in the round flexi pan, since her cheesecake is usually softer. So I said the only way I know is if I do it, so that's what I'm gonna do. And in my flexi pan right now, I've already melted a stick of butter, which I did in the microwave, because I can do everything in one dish. One of the things I love. So, and then I have 2 cups of graham cracker crust in this bag. And then the recipe calls for a total of 1 cup and 1 tablespoon of sugar, which I have measured out. Of that, 3 tablespoons go into your crust. So I'm going to mix that in there. And I'm going to pour my crust right into the butter. And then this way I can do all the mixing into the pan that I'm going to use. I don't have to dirty another dish for this. So that's one of the things that I love about my flexi pans, is how versatile they are, that they can go in the microwave, into the oven, into the refrigerator. Now, it's a personal preference of mine. You don't have to bake the crust first, and this recipe that she sent me actually doesn't call for baking the crust first, but my personal preference is that they seem to come out a little cleaner and nicer if they're baked first. So I'm going to press this down, and I'm actually going to bake it at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes before I put the cheesecake into the crust. Okay, I'm going to put this in the oven. Over here I have 3 8-ounce things of cream cheese. It calls for 24 ounces. And then I let my cream cheese sit and get to room temperature. I think it mixes easier that way. And then I'm going to take the remainder of the sugar and put that in with the cream cheese. And when you are creaming this together, you really want to make sure that your cream cheese is all the way mixed and smooth and fluffy and no lumps. And that seems to be easier to accomplish with room temperature cream cheese. I'm going to take my spatula and scrape all the cream cheese from around the side of the bowl, make sure that it all gets in there to get mixed, and I'm going to actually blend it again, or mix it up again, to make sure that it's all mixed well and nice and creamy. And I'll show you. Okay, so hopefully you can see here, I don't have the best video equipment, but that there's no lumps in this cream cheese. It's totally smooth. I also brought my eggs to room temperature, which I'm going to add one at a time and then blend. One of the reasons that I like to bring my ingredients to room temperature also is that seems to help with minimizing cracking on your cheesecake. But don't stress out over cracks on your cheesecake. Even I get the little small cracks, and sometimes I get big cracks, but sometimes I get no cracks. I try to prevent them, but sometimes it happens, and when it does, just add a topping on and nobody knows, and it still tastes amazing. While I let that get mixed in there and incorporated, I have a cup of heavy cream and a tablespoon of lemon juice and a teaspoon of vanilla that I'm going to mix together. And then this is going to go into the cheesecake batter. You can also use sour cream. That I know I've made them like that before, but for this recipe I'm trying to follow what my friend gave me so I can see if it works for her. And my cheesecake batter is ready, and I'm just going to put this batter right in on top of there. And I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 for 45 to 50 minutes, I think is what the recipe calls for. I might have to double check that. Now, if you research online how to make the perfect cheesecake or the best cheesecakes, they're all going to tell you to use springform pans. And I'm not using a springform pan. I'm not putting it in a water bath. And as a matter of fact, I even came across one that said you cannot use a silicone pan when you're making a cheesecake because you can't cut in the silicone pan. So you have to scoop it out, and that makes for an ugly cheesecake because you can't get it out. You know, the springform pans have the hooks that unhook from the side, and so you can get it off without turning it upside down like you would a regular cake. So I'm going to put this in here. This cake is out of the oven. You can see how it had some light browning around the sides. And I did have a little bit of cracking over there. But hopefully as it cools, it'll settle in and that'll get even smaller. Let's see now if we can do this. What makes tomorrow's Flexi pan different than any of the other silicone pans is that it's made with only silicone and woven glass. So it's flexible and durable. Now this is soft like she said. So, oh, and I got it. Now I decided that I was going to put in chocolate ganache onto it. So here we go. I'll put this back in the fridge until I'm ready to serve it. Thanks for watching. Bye.